So what's up, y'all? I just want to go on a little tangent. A lot of you guys are programmed. What do I mean by that? A lot of y'all live your life in the mundane day to day with the same teachings and mannerisms you learned from as little as you were 12 or 13, right? There's two ways humans grow. I know this is a big debate, but you need both of this. You come into the world, you're a tabula rasa state, so you have genetics, you have the DNA from your parents, stuff that was passed down millions and millions of years to make you who you are. And you have your societal environment. That's why people say you are the five closest people around you, right? Because your environment changes you too. So if you take two twins and you give them the same stimulus from when they're little to when they grow up, they're probably gonna be very alike. They'll probably see the same things, think the same thoughts, whatever. You take two twins, you put them in two separate environments, what happened? Completely different results, right? It waxes and it wanes. You need both of this to make who you are. Now, who are you as an individual? You might be someone from a medium income, low income, right? Grow up, and you might have been indoctrinated in the churches. You might have been indoctrinated to be atheists. You might have had your parents giving you free will to think about what you want to do, right? And I want to say this. A lot of your thoughts are not your thoughts. A lot of your thoughts are what was taught to you and programmed to you from when you were a kid, before you could even say the word hasta luego or te amo or I love you. Right? Before you could say a simple sentence, a lot of stuff has been programmed into you. Your job as a human is, from what I believe, everybody has their own ideology of life, is you have to elevate and level up. Because if you're not leveling up and getting better, you're not staying the same, you're relegating. Because you're getting older and you're losing your capabilities more and more, right? So it's your job to find your own truth. Do your own research, right? Don't just listen to people and take it as fact, because guess what? With everything going around the neighborhood, not just the neighborhood, the world, right? We all thought, oh, the world was peaceful and it is what it is, but now you're finding out people are raping and killing and murdering babies. And if I told you that in 2009 with the Illuminati symbol, you guys still would have thought I'm tripping, send them to a mental hospital. It actually happened to somebody. Right? Depending on where you live in time, we live in the best time for information. Use it. You have a time in your life where you can get millions of years of information from one YouTube video, from books. You can live millions of lives, so you have no excuse not to do what you can. I'm gonna give you a little test. If your government came out today and said, every one of you has 12 months to make $1 million, or we're executing you, I can guarantee you by the 11th month, you're looking at least a quarter million. At least. You'll find a way. Because now there is some fear pushing you. And sometimes humans just need a little bit of fear. Right? Christianity, we do this with hell. Right? If you sin, you're going to go to hell. It keeps you like an internal surveillance in your mind when you're by yourself. And it's very good. I actually like that part of Christianity. I think it's a beautiful, because a lot of people, when they have nothing to believe in, they start sinning and go crazy because what for, right? They lose that drive and their mission for a bigger purpose. But why I say this in this video, the reason I started this video is you have to find what you want to do. Don't follow your parents. I followed my parents and I got in a situation I didn't want to be in. If I followed myself and my heart from the jump, I probably would have been better off. So find your own truth. Don't live for the people that are in your life right now. I mean, sure, love them and care for them, make sure they're good. But in 100 years, it's not going to matter. You're going to be dead anyway. Right? Do what the hell you got to do. Integrate with your shadow, the evil part of you, the bad part, the part that thinks, yo, I'm not good enough, or fuck this guy, like this, that. Integrate that to your personality. So sometimes you can be nice, sometimes you can be an asshole. I don't trust Mormons because they pretend everything's all peachy and sunshine. You're telling me as a human, right, when you have a bad thought and you want to cuss some motherfucker out, you trying to just clear it and you put out sunshine? Too much of everything is not good for you, bro. And I don't mean to throw Mormons under the bus, I know that's kind of mean, but find out what you want to do and freaking do it. And if you're wrong in the moment, you learn. You learn faster through mistakes than you do by just doing theory and listening to other people. Don't become a sheep of someone else who doesn't give a fuck what happens to you, right? We, at the end of the day, we're humans. We're humans, right? And we're human animals. So I don't even necessarily blame the elites for eating babies and stuff, because, hey, it's fucked up, it's messed up, right? Because we're known as herbivores and carnivores, right? By the end of the day, the down roots were animals. Animals do that type of things. Animals do those type of things. So, as an animal, you have to realize when you die, sure, as humans, we make it more sentimental than it is, but all you're doing is returning it back to Earth. You are gonna decompose into the earth, become soil. Like sure, like you're in a box in a crate, that's gonna probably help you become soil. But at the end of the day, you have to find what makes you you, and you have to follow your dreams. You can't just follow rules or verses or stuff if you haven't put time to do the thought. You can't let people think for you. Like I made this quote when I was very young, and I think that still stays true today. Let the world tell you who you are, and they're gonna tell you you are garbage. So that's it. Let the world tell you who you are, and they're gonna tell you you're garbage. If you had an assistant, right? Assistant who you could pay $2 a day to do whatever the fuck you want, and he's scared of losing this $2 a day job, you're probably gonna treat him like shit sometimes. If you're stressed, and this guy came like, hey boss, what can I do? I'd be like, yo, Nick, get the fuck out of here, bro. You'd lose that lack of respect. Because he is below you and he does whatever the hell you want. There's no power because, quite frankly, even if he wants to think for himself, he's gonna do whatever the fuck you tell him to do because he's scared of losing that leverage. You, as a person, you need smarts, you need your own intellect, and you need leverage. Hey, I'm not saying you gotta be smart to be rich, but you gotta at least know the steps of what you wanna do to get there. Some people get lucky, sure, but you cannot bank on them. Yeah, I don't like the ideology of waiting until I die to live happily and eternally when that's not even promised to me fully. I see a lot of Chinese people, white people, etc. They're living good now. They buy blocks in neighborhoods now. They make sure their kids are good now. But in the black community, it's like, oh, give everything you have away to the church. That's still gonna invest in a white bank. That's still gonna give them residuals. That's still gonna give them properties to live now good. And they're still gonna live good if they're still kind and peaceful. But in the black community, oh, yo, you don't need that much. Give it away. No. Right? Let's not forget the other Bible verse of making sure me and my lineage is good. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that Bible verse that making sure that the people can come after me can eat good and sleep good. Right? A lot of people, there's this big misconception, right? A lot of people, they despise stuff they can't have. Why do you think more poor people are saying, oh yeah, you don't need all this wealth? If they had it, I can guarantee you they ain't giving that shit away. I can guarantee, maybe sure they'll drop a little 10% like you're supposed to, right? But they're not gonna say, oh, it's hard for that rich person to get into heaven. They're not gonna say that. They're gonna hit you with the Bible verse of making sure the rest of your generations are good. So before you follow these doctrines and before you follow things that have been repeatedly shown and changed over time throughout history, make sure you came up to that conclusion. And make sure somebody didn't conclude that for you. Big Brother Astro out.